Crikey, mate! Let's talk about one of the most fantastic little critters you'll ever see, scuttling across the open plains. I'm talking about the ground squirrel. These little champions are found all over the world, from the vast grasslands of North America to the wide open spaces of Africa and Asia. They're not just your average backyard squirrel climbing trees. Oh no, these fellas are true earth movers. They love places with plenty of sunshine, soil they can dig into, and lots of low-growing plants to munch on. They are absolute masters of living on the ground, making them a crucial part of their habitat. What a beauty! Now you might think a squirrel is just a squirrel, but there are heaps of different kinds of ground squirrels out there. You've got the California ground squirrel, the 13-lined ground squirrel, and even the Arctic ground squirrel that can handle the freezing cold. Each one is a little bit different, perfectly suited to its own patch of dirt. Some live in big family groups called colonies, while others prefer a bit more solitude. But they all share a love for digging and a talent for staying one step ahead of danger. They are tough, resilient, and absolutely fascinating to watch. They are true survivors. These little blokes are part of the rodent family, which means they're related to beavers, mice, and porcupines. They have stout little bodies, strong legs for digging, and sharp claws that work like tiny shovels. Unlike their tree-dwelling cousins, they have shorter, less bushy tails because they don't need a big fluffy rudder to balance on branches. Instead, their bodies are built for life on the ground. They are perfectly designed for digging, running, and popping up out of nowhere to have a good look around. It's an incredible example of how nature shapes an animal for its environment. When you're out in their territory, you have to keep your eyes peeled. You'll often see them standing up tall on their back legs, looking just like a tiny meerkat. They do this to get a better view of their surroundings, checking for any predators like hawks, snakes, or coyotes. They've got fantastic eyesight, and when one spots trouble, it lets out a loud chirping call to warn the whole neighborhood. It's an amazing communication system that keeps the entire colony safe. They look out for each other, and that's what makes them such successful little animals. What a ripper! Alright, let's get down and dirty and talk about where these little legends live. Ground squirrels are nature's architects, and their homes are absolute works of art. They don't build nests in trees, they build incredible underground tunnels called burrows. These aren't just simple holes in the ground, mate. They are complex networks with multiple entrances and exits, sleeping chambers, and even special rooms for storing food. A single burrow system can stretch for over 30 feet and have more than a dozen hidden doorways. This helps them escape danger in a flash, no matter which way it's coming from. The main burrow is the family home, a safe place deep underground where they raise their young and sleep at night. The chambers are often lined with soft, dry grass and leaves to make them warm and cozy. This is especially important for the little joys, or pups, who are born with no fur and their eyes closed. The burrow keeps them protected from the harsh weather outside, whether it's the scorching sun or a chilly night. It's a 5-star hotel built by the squirrels themselves. They are brilliant engineers, making sure their home is safe, comfortable, and perfectly hidden from view. But that's not all. Besides the main living quarters, they dig shorter, simpler tunnels all over their territory. These are emergency escape hatches. If a hawk swoops down or a coyote gets too close while a squirrel is out looking for food, it doesn't have to run all the way back to the main burrow. It can just dive into the nearest bolt hole and disappear in the blink of an eye. It's a clever strategy that shows just how smart these little critters are. They think ahead and plan for every possibility, which is why they are so good at surviving in the wild. Building these burrows is a full-time job. You'll see them using their sharp front claws to loosen the soil and then kicking it away with their powerful back legs. They work tirelessly, digging and clearing, constantly expanding and maintaining their underground city. All this digging isn't just good for the squirrels, it's fantastic for the environment too. By moving all that earth around, they mix up the soil, which helps water and nutrients get down to the plant roots. They are true ecosystem engineers, helping to keep the grasslands healthy just by building their homes. How good is that? Now what does a busy little ground squirrel eat to keep up its energy for all that digging? It's tucker time! These fellas are mostly herbivores, which means they love to eat plants. Their diet is full of all sorts of green goodies they can find on the ground. They munch on grasses, leafy weeds, roots, and delicious flowers. They're not too fussy and will happily try whatever is growing in their neighborhood. They are also big fans of seeds and nuts, which are packed with the energy they need for their active lifestyle. They have to eat a lot to stay fueled up. Finding food is their main mission whenever they're above ground. They'll scurry around, sniffing the air and keeping their eyes peeled for a tasty meal. When they find something delicious, like a big seed, they don't always eat it right away. They have these amazing built-in shopping bags. Their cheeks. They can stuff their cheek pouches full of seeds and nuts until they look like they've got a case of the mumps. Then they'll carry their haul back to their burrow to store it in a special pantry room, called a cache. This ensures they have a food supply during bad weather or winter. This food storing behavior is super important, especially for squirrels living in places with cold winters. Some species of ground squirrels hibernate, which is like a very long deep sleep that helps them save energy when food is scarce. Before they go to sleep for the winter, they have to eat as much as they can to build up a layer of fat. But their stored food is also a vital backup plan. If they wake up briefly during a warm spell, they can have a quick snack from their pantry before going back to sleep. It's a brilliant survival tactic. While they mainly stick to a plant-based diet, ground squirrels are opportunists. They won't say no to a bit of extra protein if they find it. Sometimes they'll eat insects like grasshoppers and crickets, and they've even been known to snack on bird eggs if they come across an unguarded nest. This varied diet helps them get all the nutrients they need to be healthy and strong. They are clever foragers, making the most of every single opportunity the environment gives them. They know exactly what they need to survive and thrive. What a little champion. So what's a typical day like for one of these little battlers? Well, their day starts when the sun comes up and warms the earth. They are diurnal, which means they are most active during the day. After waking up in their cozy burrow, the first thing they do is carefully poke their heads out to check if the coast is clear. Safety first. Once they're sure there are no predators lurking about, they'll emerge to start their busy schedule of eating, digging, and socializing. Their entire day is a careful balance between finding food and avoiding becoming food. A big part of their day is spent on lookout duty. You'll see them perched on a mound of dirt or a rock, standing bolt upright on their hind legs. They're not just admiring the view, mate. They are scanning the skies for hawks and the ground for snakes or coyotes. When a squirrel is on guard duty, the rest of the colony can relax a little and go about their business. They take turns being the sentinel, and if danger appears, a series of sharp, high-pitched whistles and chirps echoes across the field, sending everyone scrambling for the safety of their burrows. Teamwork makes the dream work. But it's not all serious business. Ground squirrels love to play. You'll often see the young ones wrestling, chasing each other in circles, and tumbling around near the burrow entrances. This isn't just for fun, it's also important training. Through play, they learn valuable skills like how to move quickly, how to get along with others in the colony, and how to defend themselves. It helps them build strength and coordination, which will be vital for their survival when they grow up. It's a beautiful thing to see them interacting and having a good time together. As the day comes to an end and the sun begins to set, the ground squirrels finish their foraging and head back to their underground homes. They've spent the day filling their bellies and their pantries, maintaining their burrows, and watching out for each other. As darkness falls, they are all tucked in safely, deep beneath the ground. Their lifestyle is a fantastic story of community, hard work, and cleverness. By working together and engineering their environment, these little critters have become true masters of the grasslands. They are an absolute inspiration, proving that even small animals can achieve incredible things. Good on you, little mates.